Hello, and welcome back. Japan is such a dream destination for foodies, and it's been on my bucket list for so long. This is part 2 of my 2-part series talking about visiting Japan with celiac disease. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, where we tackled Tokyo, go ahead and go check that out after this. This time, we're heading to Kyoto, where I'll be sharing all of my favorite gluten-free spots so you can explore and enjoy this stunning city while eating delicious, safe, gluten-free food. I'm going to share the 6 restaurants that I ate at personally while saving my favorite meal for last, so stay tuned. As always, I have celiac disease and I'm sharing my personal experience with you. I felt confident eating at all of these restaurants, but it's important for you to do your own research and ask the right questions based on your specific needs, as things can change for various reasons on a day-to-day basis, even if a restaurant appears to be dedicated gluten-free. But let's get into it. From sushi to ramen, these are my favorite spots that I ate at in Kyoto. Our first restaurant is proof that gluten-free and vegan ramen can be absolutely delicious. Gion Soy Milk Ramen Uno Yukiko is tucked away in Kyoto's Gion district. This cozy little gem is serving up some of the best gluten-free ramen you'll find in Japan. Their specialty? A rich cream soy milk-based broth that's comforting and packed with a lot of goodness. And because they're completely plant-based, everything on the menu is dairy-free, meat-free, and totally celiac safe. The restaurant itself is small, but surprisingly spacious with plenty of seating, and you order everything up at the counter. We got there super hungry, and we definitely ordered a lot. We kicked things off with the soy meat croquettes, which were crispy, golden, and basically everything I love about fried food. I also forgot this place was 100% vegan at the time, so it was fun trying the soy meat. Next up, these steamed soy dumplings were soft, delicate, and even better when dunked in the gluten-free soy sauce. I was really obsessed with those. But the real standout, the steamed curry gyoza. So flavorful, satisfying, and honestly, we could have eaten an entire second order. And then of course, the main event, the plant-based ramen with rice noodles. If you're a veggie lover, you will be obsessed with this. It's packed with 30 different kinds of plants. Yes, 30. I literally felt like I was eating a garden. So personally, it was still a little bit much, but it was still so delicious. Up next is Toshuan, which is a dedicated gluten-free bakery, so everything you can get here is safe. They have a bunch of smaller gluten-free goodies in the front, but we decided to sit down and order some of the stuff off the menu. We ordered the pancakes and it took them 30 minutes to come out, and the portion size was a little bit smaller than I was expecting, but they were so good. Each plate came with a side of red bean paste and a tiny thing of maple syrup. We also decided to order some Japanese shaved ice that was strawberry flavored, and it came with red bean paste and condensed milk on the side, also delicious. They also serve cream puffs, but of course, they were sold out when we got there. Sad. So I definitely recommend going early or checking with them ahead of time. Ultimately, Chef's Kiss. It's a must-visit spot for anyone with a sweet tooth or dietary restrictions. I would say there aren't as many meal options for food, so definitely add it to your list as a sweet treat and not for a whole meal. If you're gluten-free in Kyoto and craving something fresh, flavorful, and not necessarily just a bowl of rice, Choice is your spot. This 100% gluten-free and vegan cafe serves up a mix of Western-style dishes with a healthy, plant-based twist, so you can eat to your heart's content safely. Everything is made in-house, and they focus on organic, locally sourced ingredients, which is super impressive. It's located near this station, and it actually had a lot of seating. As for the food, it's a solid, dedicated gluten-free spot with a few good options. I went for the pizza, which was honestly really good. Crispy, flavorful, and very satisfying, just a bit on the small side. And I was also very impressed by the vegan cheese because it tasted pretty good and it was like melting. The pesto pasta, however, meh. It was okay, it was nothing to write home about, but the smoothie though was refreshing and it definitely hit the spot. I also grabbed a few snacks to go, including the brownie and the matcha muffin. Both were a bit dry, but perfect for like snacking while traveling. Overall, a nice, safe place to grab a meal if you're in the area and want something plant-based and celiac friendly. Now it's time to talk about Wako crepes. Wow. This was one of my favorite meals in Kyoto. Sadly, they were closed for the first few days of my trip on Sunday and Monday, But had they been open, I would have gone there every single day. Trust me, you need to stop here on your trip because the crepes were so filling and delicious while also coming from a restaurant that is dedicated gluten-free and vegan-friendly. Here's the thing though, this place is tiny, like super cozy, which means they can only make about 1 to 2 crepes at a time, so expect to hang out for a bit while they work their magic, but it's totally worth the wait. My family and I went all in and ordered a bunch of different flavors, which meant I got to try a ton. My top 3 flavors were the salmon and cream cheese crepe for an incredible savory option, the sweet potato and butter crepe, which was a very unique combination, but it was delicious, and of course, you can never go wrong with a banana and chocolate crepe. 10 out of 10. Would absolutely recommend. You definitely have to come here and try a few different flavors. Okay, so I went to Cafe and Bar Maru one night for dinner, and I did eat a safe and pretty good gluten-free meal. Specifically, the curry and the fried pork cutlet were good, but maybe a little bit expensive, and the portion sizes were a little bit small. We also ordered a veggie platter that was pretty basic and some fries because they did have a dedicated fryer. The place is on the top floor of a building, giving it this really cool, cozy bar vibe that's perfect for a great evening. The service was a bit odd and there may have been some translation issues going on, but nothing too crazy, and overall the service was still solid. One thing to note is that they do have a rule where you need to order 1 dish and 1 drink per person. We just went with mineral water, but it's good to keep that in mind. And they do open at 6 p.m. and we were lucky to get a seat right away. We got there right at 6, but they do take reservations, and if you want to be sure to get a spot, definitely make one. And for the final restaurant, drum roll, Kyoto Engine Ramen was probably my favorite meal in all of Kyoto. It's a delicious ramen spot that's a total must visit. While it's not a dedicated gluten-free restaurant, they are super sensitive about cross-contact and really understand celiac disease, at least the people I spoke with. The gluten-free ramen they made for me was amazing and so flavorful and satisfying. You can actually get any of their ramen made gluten-free, but as always, just make sure to communicate your needs clearly when ordering. I personally got a gluten-free translation card from Equal Eats and showed it to them on my phone just to make sure they understood my needs. What I loved is that their menu is clearly marked for allergens, and they even provide an allergy accommodation story on the back so you know that they take dietary restrictions seriously and why they do that. They let me know that they have a separate part of the kitchen for the gluten-free preparation, and the noodles that they use for the gluten-free options are different from the regular ones, ensuring that there's no cross-contact. Honestly, it was some of the best ramen I've ever had. Rich, flavorful, and super filling. I was beyond excited to finally enjoy a delicious and authentic ramen without worry. And that's a wrap on everything I ate in Kyoto, and you need to add Kyoto to your gluten-free bucket list for sure. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to see more gluten-free travel, and I'll see you next time.